question. What do you think of me?
What do you mean?
You've known me nearly all your life. You must have formed some opinion of me.
Well, I always thought that you were a very nice person.
Did you know I was an alcoholic?
What?
Did you know that?
Look, I think I should be going.
Sit down, Benjamin.
Mrs. Robinson, if you don't mind my saying so, this conversation is getting a little strange. Now, I'm sure that Mr. Robinson will be here any minute now.
No.
What?
My husband will be back quite late. He should be gone for several hours.
Oh, my God.
Pardon?
Oh, no, Mrs. Robinson, oh, no.
What's wrong?
Mrs. Robinson, you didn't expect...
What?
You didn't really think I'd do something like that.
Like what?
What do you think?
Well, I don't know.
For God's sake, Mrs. Robinson. Here we are. You got me into your house. You give me a drink. You put on music. Now you start opening up your personal life to me and tell me your husband won't be home for hours.
So?
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me. Aren't you?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
Benjamin Braddock has just graduated from college and he has no idea what to do with his future. He goes home, he wallows around a bit, and then Mrs. Robinson shows up. And he starts up an affair with Mrs. Robinson, who is one of his parents' lifelong friends. But things get complicated when he falls in love with Mrs. Robinson's daughter. The most essential part of this classic film is Dustin Hoffman's unforgettable performance as Benjamin Braddock. The first shot of his face tells you everything you need to know about his character. You see his sadness, you see his insecurity, you see how lost he is in the world. And he perfectly portrays the anxiety of youth. And as the movie goes on, he starts to grow up and come into his own and choose a path, right or wrong. It's thrilling. When passion rushes into him, you are right there with him and you are rooting for him to accomplish his goal. Anne Bancroft does a great job of giving layers to this seductive older woman. You're able to understand her sadness, her loneliness, her boredom in her marriage. And when things start to go bad, you understand her point of view. And Katherine Ross is great as Elaine, Mrs. Robinson's daughter. You understand why Benjamin would fall in love with her, how his relationship with her is the one thing in his life that is actually great. There's so much dramatically ironic dialogue in this movie, and none of it feels forced or stupid. And it really should. There's some dialogue on here which should feel really on the nose, but somehow it feels naturally incorporated into the film. There's something about the way Mike Nichols directed this film that makes it all feel very poetic and poignant. There's a lot of really interesting scene transitions where it feels like those scenes are connected in some way. It just makes everything flow even better. There's a universal relatability to the film where it's like you're lost. You have to find your own path. And the theme of, well, I did this thing, what do I do now, is consistent throughout the film, and it's brilliant. I don't think any movie ever will ever make me feel more sympathetic to someone involved in an affair. It's a movie where no one is wrong and everyone has their proper motivations for behaving the way they do. The movie is able to very naturally just breed a certain conflict, and it works brilliantly. And to top all that off, you have the greatest music duo in history doing your soundtrack. The excellent music of Simon and Garfunkel brilliantly convey Benjamin Braddock's drifting loneliness. It's a timeless story, it's a movie for the ages, and you absolutely need to see it. The Graduate, of course, gets an A+.
Ben, what are you doing?
Well, I would say that I'm just drifting here in the pool.
Why?
Well, it's very comfortable just to drift here.
Have you thought about graduate school?
No.
Would you mind telling me then what those 4 years of college were for? What was the point of all that hard work?
You got me.
Now listen, Ben. Look, I think it's a very good thing that a young man, after he's done some very good work, should have a chance to relax and enjoy himself and lie around and drink beer and so on. But after a few weeks, I believe that person would want to take some stock in himself and his situation and start to think about getting off his ass.
The Robinsons are here.
Hi, Ben. What are you doing with yourself these days?
Oh, not too much. Taking it easy.
That's what I'd do if I could. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, Ben, Elaine's coming down from Berkeley soon. I want you to call her up this time.
I will.
Because I just think you two would hit it off real well together.
Say hello to Mrs. Robinson, Benjamin.
Hello, Mrs. Robinson.
Hello, Benjamin.